It's a pleasure to be here today with Caroline Drummond, MBE, the Chief Executive of the Leaf organisation, and we're specifically talking today about a role that's come up within the business of Director of Business Development. Caroline, before we talk about this fascinating role, it'd be very interested to hear how was Leaf formed, where is it today, and also why has this role come about?
So Leaf was formed back in 1991, so next year we're celebrating 25 years, so Fantastic. We're very pleased about that. Really to kind of reposition agriculture in the minds of the general public, so that was the initial drive. But of course, if you're going to win public trust and understanding, it's very important behind that you have a good farming system. Yep. And so that's where we came from, the promotion of sustainable agriculture through a practical, realistic and actually achievable way with bringing together the best of modern technology and the best of traditional methods, which is what we do through integrated farm management. So over the years now we have developed a network of demonstration farms, very much about gearing farmer-to-farmer exchange of knowledge and information and inspiring new ideas. We've, alongside that, have a network of innovation centres, so research establishments, and we have a range of management tools. And that's taken us over the last 15 years now. We have Leaf Mark, yep. Which is an environmental, yeah. very much so, and growing, yep. You know, rapidly growing, particularly in the fresh produce sector, and increasingly now the cereals and oilseed rape sector, which is, you know, great news. Mm-hmm. And so Leaf Mark, we've just achieved full membership for ISEAL, and that in itself is a recognition for the robustness of the standard and the governance around it, and, you know, more and more important with traceability and transparency. Mm-hmm. And then the third area, of course, of what we do is about public engagement. Okay. So we run Open Farm Sunday, yep. And in fact it's our 10th year in 2015, yep. So we've already had 1.25 million members of the public gone out onto farm over the last 9 years. Yep. We hope it will be sunny this year, but the great opportunity of that is getting the public to understand and discover more about the story behind the food. Yep. So that's kind of really sort of been the drive of where we started from in terms of actually really trying to build a farming system that's, you know, very much a practical, a pragmatic and achievable one, but that is forward-looking, innovative and sustainable. So it respects economic viability, yep. environmental responsibility and also socially acceptable. And those have been very key for us. Okay, so a fantastic success story, and it feels that it is only part of the way through the chapter of the growth of the Leaf business. And presumably that's one of the reasons why this role has come about? Very much so. So we're now, although we're obviously primarily UK based, we're part of a network in fact across Europe, yeah. But actually Leaf Mark itself is a global standard, and we are now have members right across the world in some 33 countries, and so, you know, the opportunity for, you know, the quality of what we have here, of duplicating that in other countries, but actually also bringing expertise and new ideas from other countries across the globe to really try and address this big issue around sustainability is something that's very, very important for us. Got it, okay. And then also alongside that, we have the situation that actually as, you know, we've got a growing global population, making sure we've got the right food is going to be very key. So we've got, you know, new things coming on in the horizon as well. Okay, so lots of positive challenges in that respect. So what are you looking for this position? What are you looking for from this person to be Director of Business Development for the Leaf business? So we're looking for somebody who's obviously energetic, enthusiastic, shares the passion that the Leaf team does about something that is, you know, driving forward in terms of integrated farm management, and has the expertise in helping us lead and develop a very strategic approach to sales, yep. and growing the business around Leaf Mark in particular, but of course all our Leaf resources, and that's something that's, you know, as an organisation we know that we need to take another step forward in this area. Got it. So for them to be able to take that and to accelerate the business further forward, what do you think will be their background to date? They need experience in the whole supply chain, yep. Good in terms of practical knowledge, but actually also in really being able to kind of open the door, share the story and then close the deal at the end of the day. And that's something that's very, very important for us.
And their experience to date, will that be within agribusiness? Will that be within fresh produce? Will that be within FMCG? Are you open, or are you being quite directed in that thought?
We're very open. They do, of course, need to understand the sort of the nuances behind the farming industry and the fresh produce sector in particular. And it's a rapidly changing area. So actually being able to understand the pressures from some of our corporate members, but actually to turn that around to actually identify new opportunities and what we can offer them and how we can practically and realistically kind of make that happen at the end of the day is very, very key for us.
So do you think that this individual, their previous experience might have been forward-facing on a commercial basis with a fresh produce business to a retailer, and now they're wanting, I feel like I'm putting words in your mouth, and now wanted to do something fundamentally different, something actually for the sector for the long term, to be the front of house, to assist you, to partner you in growing the leaf business?
That would be an ideal situation. I think it's very difficult to actually picture what this exact person's going to be like, but actually I think as soon as they walk through the door we'll know that they share our passion and enthusiasm for this, but actually recognise that they have some good skills that will bring something different to Leaf. You know, we've got a very good team, we've got a very committed team, we've got an incredibly committed network of demonstration farms, and you know, superb ambassadors within Leaf. But actually, we need somebody who's going to bring something different and add value and help us all take this forward in terms of taking Leaf to the next stage of growing the business.
And what got us excited about it when you first contacted us was that this is a hugely different role within the agribusiness and the fresh produce sector, that instead of being front of house with a company and fighting the retailer day in, day out, you can actually be part of a fantastic organisation, help it grow, and become a huge network, a huge industry expert for Leaf, and see Leaf go to that next stage.
Definitely.
If and when the right person is found, what would you like them to have achieved within a 3-4 year period for the Leaf business?
In fact, we're developing our next 5-year strategy. We've just come to the end of our 3-year strategy. We would want them to be an active part of that. Setting targets and setting sort of KPIs and things like that is always a big challenge, but we want to be ambitious in terms of realistically taking that forward, and whether it be through new market developments, whether it be through new partnership agreements and things like that. So, you know, we're very open, and we're at that stage where we recognise the next phase of Leaf, the next sort of 25 years of Leaf, is going to be in a very different area. Already we're seeing, you know, with this huge churn of the retail sector and the fresh produce sector, and actually, you know, from a global perspective, all this volatility in the marketplace. We are seeing actually trying this challenge of trying to position responsibility alongside this volatility as quite a key sort of area that we need to be very planned and strategic to kind of sort of go through the waves, so to speak.
For this individual, if they can weave their way through this flux, this change that's happening within the retail sector and also the supply sector, would you be happy if within a 5-year period they've doubled, they've trebled, they've quadrupled the business? What would be fantastic?
I think if we're to treble the business would be fantastic in the next.
Treble the business in a 5-year basis with the introduction of this business development director would be success.
Fantastic success.
Excellent.
Yes.
Caroline, thank you very much for your time. Let us see what success brings, and hopefully the right person will come along on the back of this video.
Brilliant. Yes, thank you. We're looking forward to a new member of the team joining us.
Fantastic. Thank you, Caroline.
Thanks.